Welcome everyone to Black Living Room Talk, where we share and explore through conversation, stories, and information. I am your host, TB Wahid. We talk about the concerns that center around Black health, healing, and the systems that challenge our peace. I'm conversating about a book I'm reading right now called Escape from Slavery, 5 Journeys to Freedom by Doreen Rapport. This is yet another book that I can't put down. In the book, the young woman, her name is Eliza, and she's about to be sold by her master. She always knew her owners to be nice to her, and by them being nice to her, she allowed herself to forget her reality. The master and his family needed money, and with that need, all of that niceness faded away. Eliza was about to be separated from her 2-year-old daughter. Her name is Caroline. As I read that part, and I'm summarizing the book, I'm just talking about it in the living room tonight. When I read that part that said that all she ever knew, she just knew her masters just to be nice to her, treated her nice, and so she allowed. It reminded me of some African Americans today, that they allow themselves to be. They refuse to see the reality of the state of our community, what we deal with on a daily basis as African American people. So it's almost like they rock themselves to sleep. So Eliza, she decided in her mind, after she overheard that she was going to be sold the next day, she was determined in her mind that she was going to have to escape. So she had already buried 2 of her other children. She was thinking, so she was like, I can see how she had to be determined to get the freedom. I can see that. And it didn't say yet, why she had to bury her other 2 children. I haven't got that far yet. But just like Harriet Tubman, Eliza looked up at the sky and followed the lonely star. She followed the one lonely star. And she had listened to stories about slaves who crossed the river to their freedom. So in the book, I learned that Kentucky was a slave state and Ohio was a free state. So after this long night in the cold, just walking, she came to the river. She came to this river that she knew she had to get across. And she when she saw it, she saw that it was broken up and melted a little. So she prayed to the Lord for help, because she knew she had to wait till the weather got colder overnight so it could freeze back up. And so that's when she decided to cross it, to try to get across it. So she looked down at her daughter, and she was glad that her daughter was still asleep. Think about a 2-year-old, right? And I'm quite sure she had to have her bundled up as much as she possibly could. And it didn't say, it just said that it was cold. It didn't say, well, it had to be winter because of ice, in the water. So she was thankful that her daughter, Caroline, had stayed quiet throughout this journey. Can you imagine a 2-year-old baby in the cold, her mother walking on foot? Like I said, she had to have that baby bundled up. So she came across this house, and she was very hesitant to knock on the door. She prayed and asked the Lord for strength because she didn't know who lived there. She didn't know if she would be safe or whatever. So, but she prayed, and then she went on and knocked on the door because she felt like, well, she really didn't have much of a choice. She didn't have no choice. So, a gentleman opened the door and he welcomed her in, and he later told her his name was George, and he had a wife named, his wife was named, his name Rosetta. So Rosetta takes the baby and starts to, serve the mother some soup and make sure the baby is warm and bundled up, and the baby continued to sleep. Then when the baby got up, Rosetta gave her to her, and she fed her baby and rocked her, and she went back to sleep. So that baby was she was loving that warmth and sleeping, not a care in the world. Mama gonna, whatever's going on, mama gonna take care of it. So as far as I've got is that when she after she got up, because she had went to sleep too, Eliza had. And when she woke up, she noticed that Rosetta's husband was gone. And when he came back, he was like up in a fret. Like he was saying, them people, the master, whatever, he going back and forth from cabin to cabin, knocking on the door, looking for her, he told her. And so she told him thank you, for, because Rosetta was free. And when she met her husband, he was a slave. She was born free, he was born a slave. So she made enough money, some kind of way. She saved up enough money to buy his freedom, to buy her husband's freedom. So what they were doing, Rosetta said, was that she said, well, why didn't you guys leave from here, blah, 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 blah. And excuse me, not blah, blah, blah. Why didn't you guys leave from here, to go, I guess, to go on ahead on the free side? Well, she paid for her husband's freedom. She was born free. So she said what they did was they stayed there to help other people who are trying to get over to Ohio. They helped, runaway slaves. So that's what that was. And so as the story goes, I will keep you posted because that's what I'm reading is Escape from Slavery, 5 Journeys to Freedom by Doreen Rapport. I mean, I was just imagining her walk too, because she made it to that river, around that area of the river at daylight. It didn't say exactly what time, so I'm thinking like like about maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Imagine, I was just reading it and imagining her fear. It's like you got to read the book, but I will be summarizing it and conversating about it. So please stay tuned to Black Living Room Talk for more conversation, stories, and information. This is more of a conversational story, I'd say. And the book is really getting good. I will keep you in tune with it. I will definitely keep you in tune with it. And I wish you all peace, love, and light. I'm glad you're here. Hotel. Hey, it's TB Wahid, Black Living Room Talk. And I'm coming back to say real quick that in this story that I am summarizing, that I'm conversationing about, Escape from Slavery, 5 Journeys to Freedom by Doreen Rapport. There are different little stories of people's journeys, and each time it's going to be a different story. It's not going to be the same story, so we'll just have to use our imagination that Eliza and her daughter Caroline, we know they made it to safety because they got to the other side of the river in Ohio, the free side, the free state, and they were able to build a life together. Because can you imagine at that time, period, a mother's determination to get her child to safety, to freedom? I mean, she was driven to do this first and foremost for her daughter. Just the threat of being separated from her daughter is enough. And the fact that she had already buried 2 of her children, it didn't say in the book what she had buried those 2 children prior for, what happened. But anyway, nevertheless, she made it to the free state. And I'm hoping that you will be able to look this book up and read what I read, because I'm only conversating about it and I'm summarizing it. So I came back to say that, and I asked that you look it up and read it, so you can read it and get into it for yourself, and you can get a visual of it and put yourself in this story, because I felt it. I felt that mother's love and determination. So please stay tuned to Black Living Room Talk for the next story, the next journey. There's 5 of them that I'm going to talk about. So I wish you peace, love, and light. And I am glad that you are here. Tell me what you think. Hotep.